Hey everyone, I am back, and today we are going to be talking about the Queen Mary's new Anthem Theater. And yes, I was there on June 6th to see Snoop Dogg perform for the first time at the Queen Mary. And if you would have told me like 9 years ago that the Queen Mary would have this super duper concert thing, I wouldn't believe you. Because the Queen Mary's parking lot and basically her property, it's been pretty sad. The parking lot, it sucked as long as I've been there. There's potholes everywhere, and it's just years of multiple buildings being there and then demolishing them after some years after finding out they weren't as successful as people thought. But let's get into my experience at the new Anthem Theater. So starting off, we had to get on a bus because parking wasn't actually at the Queen Mary. It was across the way over on the city side. And it took around an hour for the buses to pick us up and take us over to the bridge to the venue. And I might add, this was the first time for me taking a shuttle over to the ship because I usually drive there and park in the parking lot, so this was a pretty fun experience for me. Around the time we got there was a fireboat right in front of the ship, and I think they were doing a water celebration for the new theater, because the fireboats never come in front of the ship or near the ship unless it's a celebrational thing and they shoot water. They did that for the Queen Mary 2 and Queen Mary's reuniting. Also, may I remind you, that was on my birthday, so happy late birthday to me now. So walking into the venue, they have all these chairs so you can sit around while you wait, because if you were there early, you had to wait for a long time, and they didn't give you a lot of seats. And being there, because I was early, I couldn't sit. I had to stand up, and I had a bad headache that day too. And it was horrible. And I just wanted the show to be over and started by then, but But the food venues they have in there are only selected by the person who's performing, because Snoop Dogg had a lot of hot dog things and other things. He had an ice cream shop there, but the only permanent venues that I'm pretty sure are there are drinks and alcohol, I think. I don't know that much because this thing is really new, and I hope that the Queen Mary allows you to just walk around, not the stadium part of the venue, but I hope they allow you when they're not using it just to sit around, because it is a cool chill spot. But let's stop yapping about the boring stuff and let me talk about the actual concert. So they had 3 people who started the show off. They had a pretty cool comedian guy I really love. I don't remember his name, but he looked a little bit like P. Diddy, and he made a joke about that too, saying, "I ain't no damn P. Diddy." He said, some lady said, "Is that P. Diddy?" when they saw him in the crowd, because he walked in there like a normal person. He didn't get back row stage. No, he walked in there like a normal person. Nobody knew it. They thought P. Diddy got out of prison. The other 2 performers, they were amazing too. I wish I remember their name, because their songs were so good, and I just wish I remembered. They said their names up there, and they were they were still underground. I think one of them was Snoop Dogg's grandson or son. I don't know, but let's stop yapping about stuff that's not Snoop Dogg, and let's get to the main part of this video, Snoop Dogg. I don't know if anybody knows this, but Snoop Dogg is a list of 4 people that I want to see. I have a list of 4 legends that I want to see in concert, and it's 50 Cent, Eminem, Dr. Dre, and Snoop Dogg. I've seen 50 Cent, but I want to make another video on going to his concert, but that's going to be a future thing, and Eminem's my top thing. But during Snoop Dogg's performance, I think Dr. Dre was up there, so I don't know. I might have marked that list off of 2 people, but I don't know. I need to find out. But his concert was pretty awesome. I was at the front row, and I didn't expect the price for front row there to be that cheap. It's cheaper than most front row seats, but I didn't expect, because that was the first time of me being in the front row. The speakers, they messed with my ears, and this is normally me on like every concert. When I leave a concert, I can't hear well for like 10 minutes. And if you ask me something, I'm like, what? What do you say? I can't hear you. Speak up. You know? But what is my opinion on the Queen Mary's new Anthem Theater? My opinion is it's great. I love this thing, and I hope it generates a lot of new revenue for the ship so we can see more historic places open. And maybe they can fix the potholes in the parking lot, because those things are horrible. And maybe they can put some new stuff in there. I hope they don't get rid of that parking lot, because the vibe of just going to the Queen Mary and driving up and like parking your car right next to it is amazing. And a lot of plans I see for the Queen Mary on developing her land, they take all the parking spots out. And I don't know if anybody's been there on a pretty packed day. There are no parking spots usually. And they're wanting to remove those parking spots. I don't like that. They need to make a good system for the ship, or make more parking spaces and build. That's my opinion. But I hope you liked this video. This video was really hard for me, especially with the circumstances I'm in right now. If you want to learn about that, the newest video after this one will talk about that. But give this video a like if you want me to yap more. I don't. But if you do, I will do it for you, because I love you. Not in a weird way. I appreciate you. You are appreciated.